Welcome to A to Z Tales. Learning English can be fun, but sometimes it feels difficult, especially when we forget new words. Have you ever studied for an exam, remembered everything at night, but forgotten it the next morning? That's what happened to Jennifer. She studied hard for her English exam, but new words just slipped away from her memory. This story will show you how Jennifer changed her way of studying, used spaced repetition, and finally learned English words easily and happily. Let's read her story together and learn English through her experience. If this is your first time on our channel, please subscribe, like, and share this video for more English stories. Jennifer was a 20-year-old student from London. She loved learning English grammar and reading short stories. But there was one big problem: vocabulary. Every time she tried to memorize new words, she forgot them after a few days. She had a small notebook where she wrote down new words every evening. She tried to read them again and again, but somehow the words would just disappear from her mind. One evening, Jennifer sat at her desk. Her exam was only 3 weeks away. She looked at her notebook filled with hundreds of words. "How can I remember all of these?" she said, sighing deeply. "I study every night, but I still forget." Her mother walked into the room and smiled gently. "Don't worry too much, Jennifer. Maybe you just need a new method," she said. Jennifer smiled weakly. "A new method? I've tried everything, reading aloud, writing 10 times, using sticky notes on the wall. Nothing works." Her mother laughed softly. "Maybe you should rest for a while. Sometimes the brain remembers better after a little break." Jennifer nodded but didn't feel hopeful. That night she opened her notebook again, but as she looked at the long list of words, she felt tired and frustrated. "I studied these same words last week," she whispered. "Why can't I remember them?" The next day, Jennifer went to her university library. Her friend Lisa was there, studying with her laptop. Lisa waved. "Hey, Jennifer, how's your exam prep going?" Jennifer sat beside her and sighed. "Honestly, not so good. I keep forgetting vocabulary. I study every day, but my brain just doesn't keep it." Lisa smiled. "I had the same problem last semester, but now I use an app for spaced repetition. It really helps." Jennifer blinked. "Spaced repetition? What's that?" Lisa turned her laptop to show Jennifer. "It's a smart way to study. Instead of reading everything again and again, you review words at specific times, like after 1 day, then 3 days, then a week. The app reminds you when it's the best time to review." Jennifer looked curious. "So, you don't review every day?" "Not all of them," Lisa said. "The app chooses which words you need to see today. The ones you already know well, you'll see less often. The ones you forget, you'll see more often." Jennifer's eyes widened. "That sounds amazing. What app do you use?" "It's called FlashLearn," Lisa replied. "You can also use Anki or Quizlet. Try one, it really works." Jennifer immediately downloaded FlashLearn on her phone. That night, she added 15 English words she wanted to learn. Words like abandon, admire, beneath, challenge, courage, determined, encourage, frightened, generous, hesitate, journey, knowledge, lonely, moment, and notice. The app showed each word with a simple definition and a picture. Jennifer felt excited again. Maybe this time things would be different. Jennifer decided to follow a simple plan. 15 new words every day, review reminders on her phone. Quick practice during her bus rides or lunch breaks. The first few days were easy. Every morning, she received a reminder from her phone. "Time to review your English words." She opened the app, looked at each word, repeated it aloud, and tried to make short sentences. For example, abandon. He abandoned the car in the rain. Courage. It takes courage to speak in public. Generous. Her father is very generous with his time. She practiced saying them softly while walking to class. On the third day, the app showed her only 10 words instead of 15. She was confused at first, but then she remembered what Lisa said. The app only showed the words that needed review. Wow, Jennifer said, smiling. So I don't have to study all of them every day. Nice. After a week, Jennifer felt something strange. She actually remembered the words. When she read stories or articles, she started noticing the same words she had learned in the app. It made her happy and more confident. Maybe my brain just needed a better system, she thought. One Sunday morning, Jennifer felt lazy. Her phone buzzed with the daily reminder, but she ignored it. I'll do it later, she said. But later became evening and evening became night. The next day, the app showed she had missed one review. She felt guilty. Oh no, I missed a day. What if I forget again? She opened the app and reviewed the missed words. Surprisingly, she still remembered most of them, but she promised herself not to skip again. From that day, she made a new rule. No matter how busy or tired I am, I'll study for at least 10 minutes. Even during busy days, she found small moments to review. Waiting for the bus. She reviewed. Lunch break? She reviewed. Before bed? She reviewed. 15 words a day felt easy now, like brushing her teeth. A small habit, but powerful. Finally, the exam week arrived. Jennifer sat at her desk with her English notes. Her classmates were all nervous. Her friend Daniel said, I studied all night, but I still can't remember half the vocabulary. Jennifer smiled calmly. I studied a little every day. Let's see how it goes. During the test, there was a reading section filled with vocabulary questions. Jennifer's eyes sparkled. She knew almost every word. Abandon, courage, beneath. Hey, I know all of these, she whispered happily. When the results came 2 weeks later, Jennifer was shocked in a good way. She had scored 92 out of 100, one of the highest in her class. Even Lisa, her friend, congratulated her. Wow, Jennifer, that's amazing, Lisa said. I told you spaced repetition really works. Jennifer laughed. Yeah, it feels like magic, but it's really just science and smart timing. Daniel, who had studied for hours each night, looked surprised. You studied less than me, but you remembered more. Jennifer smiled kindly. It's not about how long you study. It's about how you study. After the exam, many of Jennifer's classmates asked for advice. They wanted to know her secret. So Jennifer decided to share her method with them. She created a small study group called 15 Words a Day. Every morning, she sent a message in the group chat. Good morning, don't forget today's 15 words. She helped them set up the same spaced repetition app. Some students used Anki, others used Quizlet or Memorize. Soon, everyone started learning faster and feeling more confident. Jennifer realized something beautiful. Helping others also helped her remember better. One of her friends said, Jennifer, I finally passed my English test because of your method. Jennifer smiled. That's great. Remember, small steps every day can lead to big success. One evening, Jennifer watched a video about memory. She learned that our brains forget new information quickly unless we review it at the right times. This is called the forgetting curve. Forgetting curve means if you don't review a word, you'll forget it in a few days. But if you review it again right before you forget, you remember it longer. That's what spaced repetition does. It reminds you at the perfect time. Jennifer finally understood why her old method failed. Reading words again and again in one day doesn't help much, but reviewing a few words regularly keeps them in your long-term memory. She wrote in her diary that night, "Study smart, not hard, 15 words a day. Review, repeat, and remember forever." After her success, Jennifer wanted to continue learning more English. She made a new goal to learn 1,000 English words in 1 year. She created categories in her app: daily life words, travel words, emotions and feelings, work and study, idioms and phrases. Every day, she added 10-15 new words, reviewed the old ones, and tracked her progress. The app showed her stats, how many words she had learned, how many she had mastered. It made learning fun, almost like a game. Sometimes she rewarded herself after a week of consistent learning, a chocolate, a short movie, or a walk in the park. Learning can be fun if we make it part of our life, she thought. 1 year later, Jennifer looked back at her journey. She was not only better at English, but also more confident and organized. She realized that success didn't come from studying longer, but from being consistent and smart. She smiled, remembering how frustrated she once felt. "I almost gave up," she said softly. "But now I love learning." She opened her app and saw she had learned over 200 words. Words she once thought she could never remember now felt easy and natural. When she spoke English with friends, she could express herself clearly. No more long pauses searching for words. Jennifer felt proud, not just because of her score, but because she had discovered a method that worked for her and could help others too. Jennifer's story teaches a simple but powerful lesson. You don't have to study for hours to learn English well. You just need to study a little every day, review regularly, and use tools that make learning easier. Here's what you can try today. Add 10-15 new English words daily. Make short sentences with each word. Stay consistent, even on busy days. In just a few weeks, you'll see the difference, just like Jennifer did. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like the video to support us. Subscribe to our channel AZ Tales for more Learn English through stories. Click the bell icon so you don't miss our next motivational story.